there my crafty friends, it's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stamped AF. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and for this video we are going to make this card. I say we because I hope that you will join me in making this beautiful card. So to make this, we need a Mossy Meadow A2 top folding card base. We need a mat, and this one is 4 by 5.5. The height doesn't matter so much because, as you can see, we're covering that top part. So the die that I used for this is this die from Good Morning Magnolia, and on this one I used the positive, I guess, and on this card we are using the negative. So you can get 2 cards out of 1 cut. Well, 2 cuts because you need it for each of those colors. But that is what we're going to do on this one. We need some watercolor pencils. I'm using Old Olive and Early Espresso. We need soft suede and Old Olive ink. We need some Early Espresso and soft suede cardstock. I've gone ahead and die cut all of the pieces. The Mossy Meadow Peaceful Boughs, and I should backtrack and say that we are using the Peaceful Boughs bundle. And this is my most recent online class, so the Creativity Without Borders class for the month of November is this, and it's incredible. It wasn't one that I was going to get initially, and I'm so glad now that I did. I saw my blog post on Friday. This was the card that I made. So you can see the video on how to make this one and all the details about purchasing the class. So if you live in Canada, you are shopping with me. And if you live in the US, you are shopping with Kelly Atchison. And there is an option to add on the bundle. So in Canada, our card class, our online class, is $55. And that gets you the cardstock and ribbon, etc. to make 8 cards. So Kelly has designed 2, I have designed 2. You are going to make 2 of each of those cards for a total of 8. So this was my blog post card. Just to be clear, this isn't one that you're getting the kit for. But if you take a look at my blog post from Friday, you could see all the details there. So for that $55, not only are you getting the cardstock and the supplies to make those 8 cards, you are also getting a half pack of the Regal's DSP. You are getting a half pack of the metallic pearls, so half gold, half silver. So here is that Regal's DSP. So you're going to get half a package of this, so 20 sheets. And those beautiful colors. And you are going to get a half pack of this, so half gold, half silver. You are also going to get a roll of the linen thread. So all that for $55 Canadian or $45 US. So let's get to making this card. Like I said, I have die cut pretty much everything we need. What's going to take time is the stamping and coloring that I have done on my background. So we'll take these out of the frame. We need to do a little bit of ink blending. So I'm using Old Olive and just a makeup brush. And you want to, we're basically just inking up the sides and the top. So you always want to start off of the paper and use light pressure. You can add ink, you cannot take it away. Okay, so I've got a bit of brush strokes in there, but you get the gist. And also I'm stamping on here, so it's not going to be quite as obvious if you don't get a perfect blend. So the next step is taking our soft suede ink and our Peaceful Boughs stamp set, and we are going to stamp each of these branches. And you don't have to worry too much about what goes where, because really you can't see a whole lot of it, but it does fill in that background quite nicely. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to take the watercolor pencils and color it in. Okay, so you'll notice I didn't spend too much time up there because I know that that was going to be covered. So we can put this on now. Just a little bit of glue because it's not going to want to stick to this right away. Okay, so we want this up here to get an idea of where our boughs need to start. So that one can kind of come from there. This one can come from up here. We'll be cutting a lot of that one off. And then this one can just come down here. So now we just need a little bit of glue on the back of here. Now this one is turning out to be lower than the last one was, so our Merry Christmas is going to end up kind of overlapping what we've put down already. There we go, and then we can just trim off any overhang. Okay, so now we can glue this onto our card base. Now this is where the end of your dimensional sheets is going to come in quite handy. This you just want to butt up against the top of the card. There we go. And now we need our pine cones. And for that, I just squirt a little bit of glue onto my sheet. You can use a silicone craft mat. I'm being lazy and not dragging mine out. Okay, and then we've got our Merry Christmas, and this is from the, what's the bundle called? So this is from the annual catalog. It is a Wish for Everything bundle on page 17. And there are some wonderful dies. Let's see if we can, there's St. Patrick's, Christmas, Father's, Valentine's, Thanksgiving Day, New Year's, Halloween, Easter, Happy, Merry, and Mother's. Not sure why it's in the order it's in, but it is fabulous. I'm probably going to regret not having gotten the stamp set, but the dies are fantastic. So I have done Merry in gold foil, and then my Christmas is in the gold glimmer paper. And these can be a little tricky to get out, but if you just wiggle it around. I will tell you the dot for the eye in Christmas is tiny and very hard to keep track of, so I am using a rhinestone instead. It's not impossible to use that circle, but it is very small, hard to adhere, and a rhinestone just kind of adds a little something something. Okay, so we'll do, I don't want it over these Boughs because I tried that on my first card and it was really hard to read it. So we're going to try to avoid that. Just add a little bit of glue in the areas that are thicker. Okay, and we could use the holiday rhinestones, but I did find that by using just the traditional rhinestones, the clear ones, and my dark Mango Melody, I got a much subtler yellow. It didn't steal the show. Well, there we go. So all that's left is the inside, and we just need a Whisper White insert for that. So that is another 4 by 5 1/4. Actually, not another because the other one was 5 1/2, but okie dokie. Let's do our stamping before we put that on there. We're just going to stamp one of the Boughs. I'm going to use Mossy Meadow for the sentiment and this bough. I'm going to stamp it off. And then here's our sentiment. May the spirit of peace gently fill your heart and home in this most wonderful time of year. So like I mentioned earlier, if there are any questions you have about the Creativity Without Borders product playground for the Peaceful Boughs bundle, you can go back to my blog post from Friday, November 8th. And any other questions, anything that maybe I haven't answered on my blog, you can send me an email at stampedaf@gmail.com. And to order, you're just going to go to that link and click the click to order image. You will fill out a Google form and I will send you a PayPal invoice. Orders will be placed on Friday, November 15th. That is the deadline for our class, noon Central Time on Friday, November 15th. And that is all. So I rounded the corners on my first ones. I'm not going to do that on this. They are ever so slightly different. I just noticed I've got one more step. I'm going to use my Champagne shimmer spray, my Champagne Mist shimmer spray, to add just a little bit of glitz. So there are the two cards. And I hope you enjoyed that. You could certainly add some kind of ribbon up here, but I felt like with the shimmer mist and the gold foil and glimmer, there was enough going on. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider hitting that big subscribe button below. To order product that I've used in this video or for any of your paper crafting needs, and you live in Canada and are not yet working with a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. You can shop with me online 24/7. The link is stampedaf.ca and you will see the shop with me button there with my current host code. So I thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon, my crafty friends. Bye.